Hi, and here we are on Saturday. So welcome back, and this is the end of our first week in Iquitos, living in Santo Tomas. So in our last video we were telling you about some of the initial feelings that you get when you come to a new place and you're not quite sure what you're doing. But in general it's been quite a good week. So what a typical day would be then is that you get up in the morning, you have to get up at 6:45, breakfast at 7, and children are already coming at 7:30, so people wake up really early here. We help them with their homework. So I've been having to relearn my maths for doing multiplications. I completely forgot how to do long division, and I ended up having to be taught by a kid how to do it, but it's okay, and we're just helping them through. And it's actually quite funny because you're helping kids with their language skills as an English speaking person, and quite often I have to help them with their conjugations because they don't know, and these kids are quite older, a lot older, so it's not like the UK where you can imagine that a child would attain a certain educational level at a certain age. It's just every child is different, and it depends what they've had, the help they've had from their parents. So that's what we've been concentrating on for now. And then we'll have from about 10 till 3 we tend to have free time, which has been brilliant. And we've been on some trips. We caught a boat down the river to the River Nanai to go to this river beach, because there's a whole lot of river beaches about the place in the Selva. So there's one called Quistacocha, and I think the one we went to was called Titipaya. Not quite sure, but it was an island with a lot of little restaurant stalls and burning hot sun, white sand, and this beautiful warm brown river, which is still very clean. And we went and swam in it, and it was lovely. And we played volleyball with the other volunteers, and I am horrendous at it, as expected. And then so then after we have our break for the day, we tend to have lots of younger children, so that's the biggest class. There was a football match on for the local festival. And because the place where we are, Santo Tomas, is celebrating its 81st anniversary, and so they've put on a lot of different things and competitions, and the children here were entering in the football competition. So I was walking along to it with some of the little girls. The children here are just so lovely and so I'm thinking in Spanish, cariñoso, but they're so affectionate if you let them, so they'll hug you, and it's lovely. And we were walking along, and they were pointing out all these different trees to me. So there was the camu camu tree, the mango, the guanabana, and for the most part I just didn't know what these trees were, what was the fruit, but it's just such a different place. It's fantastic. So the children are playing their football match, and they're really good because they tough it out in whatever the weather. So they're playing barefoot in the mud with motor taxis running past them in the street against another team. But you would never believe, in this place where people are so lovely and they live in such a wonderful environment, the amount of difficulty we had trying to get a girl into the team. And again with the Santo Tomas Fiestas, we went to see a really weird spectacle called the Miss, which is when you get Miss Santo Tomas. And I actually left partway through because it was very odd. They were having people coming up and catwalking down the stage, and you will see it was held by these clowns who would invite, it would be a group of women or a group of children, a group of little girls or little boys, to fight it out and catwalk down stage and dance and try to pick the prettiest. And it's just so superficial. There's a catwalk show set up by the school of recycled clothing, which they do in the Selva. So I thought we'd just see some kind of sellotape together bits of newspaper. But no, we saw proper ball gowns made of plastic, made of newspaper, yes, but in frills, and proper Victorian style, or a whole dress made entirely out of corn on the cob leaves.
But it's no day never, no day never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. Muchas gracias todos.
So yeah, I didn't think Daniel would take part in the singing competition, but he did go for it. And he looked quite nervous at the beginning because there were quite a few bad singers up on the stage and a couple of good ones. And one of the other volunteers did a great song too. And then Daniel comes up on this proper stage, with the lights behind and the catwalk in front. It's where all the Miss Santo Tomases were held and the catwalk for the recycled clothing. And he comes out with his song "The Wild Rover," and you could see like the audience was in pieces. Fantastic. He was like walking the stage, going up and down on one knee. So that was really nice. Actually, quite good for Daniel because he's had quite a lot of trouble getting understood by people or understanding what people are saying for the last week. But that was like the culmination, almost I feel like saying year abroad, done. And I guess that's us now. So the other volunteers have come from the river now. So we're about 15 or 16. I don't know how it's going to work. I'm actually really, really wanting to get some free time and go out to Iquitos and just be there and just relax. But we're taking it easy for now, and I'll let you know how it goes as well. Anyway, enough from me for now. I'll see you.